Hello, my name is Jonathan. Welcome to the Haystack. We have one last update about Chief Midegah. Actually, he's no longer Chief. As of February 11th, 2026, the Red Bear Pembina Chippewa Indians have sent out a letter. It says, in accordance with the laws, customs, and original instructions of the Anishinaabe people, and under authority of the Council of Elders entrusted with the safeguards of our governance, it is hereby declared that, after due review, council, and deliberation, it has been determined that the responsibilities of Ogima have not been upheld in a manner consistent with the teachings of humility, balance, accountability, and service to the people. The Red Bear Band of the Pembina Chippewa Nation is governed by no other tribe, clan, or nation. No other leadership structure or system can override the generational integrity of the Red Bear Band. You are guilty of undermining this foundation. You have publicly and privately dishonored your siblings. You have dishonored your father, Gitchi. I'm sorry, there's no dishonor to this nation or group. It was a very hard pronunciation. You have used time, energy, resources for self-promotion, declaring, quote, validation comes from exposure, close quote. No, validation comes from blood. You gave nothing back, not time, resources, unification, or participation for any member of your family or community for 10 years. All violations for leadership as an Ogima within the Red Bear Band of Pembina Chippewa Indians. The title Ogima, Chief, is not a position of personal authority, but a sacred trust held on behalf of the people, the ancestors, and the coming generations. When that trust is compromised, the people retain the inherent right to restore balance. Midegah is a sacred title. It is not your name. You are no longer Midegah of the Red Bear Band. Chesapeake is a sacred title. It is not your name. You are no longer Midegah of the Red Bear Band. Effective immediately, the individual previously recognized in the role of Ogima is relieved of the duties, authority, and representation associated with that title. You will always be a member of the Pembina Chippewa. You will always be a member of the Red Bear Band. You will no longer be Ogima of the Red Bear Band. We understand you sit upon councils of other nations, of other tribes. We do not have jurisdiction or authority to make actions within their halls. Within ours, you have none. This action is not taken in anger, but in solemn duty to preserve unity, protect the integrity of our governance, and maintain fidelity to Anishinaabe law and original instruction. You are no longer authorized to use Red Bear Pembina Chippewa Indians logo on letterhead or in leadership declarations. To do so is a violation of your disciplinary action and unilateral, unsanctioned, without band's approval. The tribe owns the corporation, not Chief Midegah. May this restoration bring clarity, healing, and rightful order. This was signed on the 11th of February, 2026. So we have seen Midegah excommunicated from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and from one of the restoration branches. He was this fellowship, something a line below excommunication, but there was some clear concern among the leadership there, because to me, and I mentioned this in previous videos, that Midegah had seemed like he wanted to set himself up to be a great prophet, the Davidic servant, or the Joseph, son of Joseph. Like anyone that would stick, he would take, I guess. It's funny because when I was studying Ojibwe, which is what led me to meet him, I was studying the the Nine Grandfathers. It's been so long now, and I was studying the Ojibwe language and found a phonetic translation for Adamandayaman, meaning a purchased path leading to a particular place for a specific reason. It's because of that I sought out Midegah and reached out about that, is about the phonetic translation. And I wanted to meet with somebody of the Ojibwe clan, band, Anishinaabe, something there. Someone to help validate. And the fact that he had somewhat of a Latter-day Saint background, and it seemed to me that he had been disenfranchised, but I wanted to be a friend, a good influence. He obviously had a bad taste in his mouth, and I didn't want to be the reason for that. It wasn't until he started deliberately lying and saying things that never happened that I'm like, wait a second. Hold up. Don't do that. That's when everything hit the fan. It's funny, he threatened to bring what is it, warriors to my ward, and he said, I'll contact your stake president, your bishop. I'm working with the 70, and he'll align with me and not with you. You're destroying the church. And this is all on video. I mean, I have his recording before he deleted it. It's in my previous videos, and I respond to it. The thing is, I contacted that 70. I contacted Elder Morgan, Jeremiah Morgan, and said, look, this is what he is saying. Is this accurate? Is this an accurate reflection of you, the both of you guys working together? And he said, no, that is a great misrepresentation. And from what I understood, that they stopped doing whatever they're doing together. But it was a vast misrepresentation of what he was doing, and I can only assume that he did the same thing with other people in other positions. This excommunication letter seems to state that he overstepped his bounds, and he seemed to want to be not only a leader of Native peoples, but he saw he could get his hands in being leader of the restoration groups. And obviously, when people did not accept that wholesale, he spit out wrath, and it came back and bit him in the butt. Saying, like, for instance, like I was tearing down the church. I never was. I was just saying, I don't think you're a prophet, but I support your work with Native peoples and preserving your culture. I think that's excellent. That's wonderful. I love the Anishinaabe people. I think them doing this is the wisest thing that they could do for themselves, because he has every sign of a con artist, in my opinion. It's just an opinion. I wish him well. I just don't trust him at all. I hope he and his family do well, and he keeps growing in that relationship with his kids. But no, yeah, it seems like he's taken out of a playbook of what we've seen other apostate groups or people do. I'm pretty sure the folks at Zion Media are not too far behind this. Something like this may happen to them with the church. They're certainly sharing things privately and doing things privately that I think are horrendous and priestcraft. I think it's awful. Doing, like, what is it? AI patriarchal blessings for sale in song form. Don't fall for that stuff, guys. It's funny because I had a dream when I was studying all this stuff, and I learned what the symbol for the raven was among the Ojibwe people and the Anishinaabe people is a symbol of honesty. It's one of the grandfather teachings. And I remember having a dream, like falling asleep after studying the language for like hours that day. I had just fallen asleep. I was just falling, and closest thing I had to a vision ever. And it was just me, my dreams mixing in with reality as I was falling asleep. And it was a raven flying towards me, but it was on fire, not burning. In fact, I'll put up a video image that I could recreate with AI here. And it came and approached me, and I wasn't scared or anything. It just came towards me, and it was right next to some flowing water. And then I woke up immediately, as if I felt like it was going to hit me in the face, and it looked very real. And I was like, oh. And I thought, that must mean something. I wrote down on my phone, said, okay, I'll look at that later. Looked up all the different types of meanings, biblical meanings and everything. But ultimately, the message I got from it was, truth is coming forth, burning like a fire. The Spirit of God, like a fire, is burning. It felt like truth, honesty, integrity. Something's coming forth. It's being revealed. Midegah, he offered his own translation on one of my older videos, and saying that from his perspective, the raven is a messenger from the presence of God. It's not God himself, because it would be white or something, but it's a messenger from the presence of God. The fire is from the veil. Like, okay, it's kind of cool. I could see that, with that symbolism in general. And he said that a messenger is talking to you, but it just didn't hit right for me, because to me it just seemed like truth is coming forth. And I even speak about it later in the video when I originally go through this dream of what that is like, truth coming forth. It's gnashing of teeth and everything. And what have we seen from all of this? We have seen the fallout of Midegah. Everything being exposed on him. He's been exposed on my channel, on Rise Zion. The church has excommunicated him. The Restoration Group has distanced themselves from him. His own clan distanced themselves. He's burned every bridge you could possibly imagine. And I went to him with integrity, friendship. It just seemed he was insistent on destroying every bridge. And that's unfortunate. We know during this time there's lots of con artists and people who came up out of the woodwork that relate to LDS groups, and I'm not going to mention them all here. I did actually meet one of these people who claims to be a prophet the other day. He asked me if I wanted to learn the truth, and I'm like, I said, do you? I'm like, you do know I have a video of you telling everyone you made everything up. But I didn't go that far. I didn't want to get muted right away. But there's false prophets out there, guys. To the point where, just like common Latter-day Saint, anyone with the spirit of discernment, it's not that we didn't know that he's not an apostle. A lot of people unfriended me because they thought I was a follower of Midegah. And I'm like, no, I'm ministering. I'm being a friend. I'm not giving him a reason to hate people, particularly Latter-day Saints. He has a bad taste in his mouth. I'm trying to give him a good taste. And no, he insisted on I have no idea. Victimhood, I guess. Anyways, it is unfortunate. I am very proud of the red bear, Pembina. I hope I'm saying that, Pembina, Chippewa Indians. I think this is a very wise decision on part of their elders and their people. And it shows that they're not doing it out of malice. They're doing it out of kindness. Same reason why we excommunicate as well, is it's a mercy. Anyways, that is it. Yeah. May God be with us all.